Hey everybody, it is Sunday afternoon, probably Sunday night for most of my peeps on the East Coast. And I'm excited because typically on Sundays I do my poetry show, but I knew my new deck was coming in and I wanted to focus on that today. However, there is a lovely poem in here by the author, Angi Sullins. So I will give it a few minutes. And so for anyone who watches on playback, my name is Heather. My channel is by Brush Bone and Indigo Ash. And I am a tarot and oracle card reader. I also love Lenormand and other forms of divination. And I am excited because today I received my When Women Had Wings deck, which came out in 2024. Hard to believe it's almost been 2 years already. So if you can share, subscribe if you like my content. And also after the show, if you could put comments in the chat because that helps me, get more new people into my chat, which I have been the last few days. So people who do take the time, thank you so much. And we have a few people popping in right now. And Magus, oh, your beautiful video today about your friend, but oh, that beach and that water. Oh, I can't wait to get to the beach again and dip my toes into the water. So it'll be the Pacific Ocean, hopefully this coming summer. So good to see you. I hope you're home safe and sound and you enjoyed your trip. Got maybe a little bit of a tan when you were down there in Florida. And we have Moira. Hi, Moira, my dear. Oh, I love that kitty cat picture. That's just so cute. So, yeah, the other day, I got really interested in the Starman Tarot. And Shane and I watched a flip through of that. And I was like, wow, that's kind of cool. And then this deck kind of crept back into my mind. I wonder how much that one is. Maybe I can, do both. And then I rewatched the deck flip through for When Women Had Wings. And even though there were a few cards that quite don't resonate with me, I just end up falling in love with it. So nice, a little tan. And booyah. Hey, smack that sassy. I'm telling you, girl. And and Allison is here. Hey, girl. Hey, hi, Anthony. How are you? So yeah, this is I'm cutting back this year. I am going to continue to collect my Seasons of the Witch Oracle decks as they come out, just because I absolutely, love the magical energy that comes from those decks. It just seems very, even though I don't really do folk magic, it has that very folk magic-y, energy to it. And if I get good vibes off of it, I'm going to use it. So, and hello, Selena. And again, happy channelversary, 1 year. I don't know if you saw my question, but girl, you got to let me know what line of makeup you use. Every time I see you, absolutely flawless. Your magic is perfect, but your makeup is always so beautiful, my dear. Oh, my goodness. So, but yeah, I didn't do a review of the other deck that I got in that took about 2 months. But I did pull some cards for myself today. So for those who didn't see me talking about those cards, for my cards today, I got the Three of Cups, which is lovely. My middle card, the Knight of Pentacles, and my Queen of Wands, which is very fitting. These cards for my good news that came in and carrying it further. But Allison, I got to get a hold of you, girl. I'm going back to school. I got approved for my assistance, for my peer support. So I'll talk to you about that later. So, yeah. So instead of that, I just really resonated more with the When Women Had Wings. And I've been looking at this deck for like 2 years. And so it was on sale and I got it. And this is the book. Very thick book. The bind's kind of tight, but I mean, everything. The pictures are in color. There's beautiful poetry by Angi Sullins in here. One of them which I could probably share today, seeing that today is typically my poetry day. Um, I'll get to that in a second, but it wasn't a magnetic box. I've gotten kind of, used to, my magnetics where you just pop, clip, open. This, took a little bit to open, but still, it's an absolutely gorgeous box. Even the box has that texture, that film to the image and to the letters. Like I said, does take a bit to open, but beautiful, cup inside with the little ribbon. And again, a little pouch is included. Angie Sullins likes to include pouches in her decks. So I absolutely love that. And in the box, it says, you may not be able to see or touch them. You may have lost your memory of them altogether, but you do indeed have wings. They may be fluttering just under the surface of your skin or folded deep in the realm of your psyche. They may be crumbled or torn, lying tattered in the well of despair, but they are as real as your breath and as necessary. And of course, referring to our wings. And so let me put that aside. And wait till you see I know siding doesn't last long on cards, but check this out. Is that not gorgeous? I know I'm very, I can't think of the word right now, but, I'm a sucker for edging. I'm spoiled. Everything, I like to have a certain way now. And these are the backs. Absolutely beautiful. I know let me see if I can do this a little. Maybe that'll help better. Less glare. There we go. So those are the backs. And I love the purples, the indigos, the gold. Just absolutely stunning. Before I get to sharing the deck, I do want to share the poem that she wrote in here because I like my poetry. And it says, Memory of Wings. Bling. Yes, you have that deck. I think you reviewed it, didn't you, Selena? I had to rewatch. Who was it that I watched? There's another channel that does flip throughs. If you can't find certain readers in our community, there's a channel called Wicked Moonlight, and they have a lot of sometimes flip throughs that you may not be able to find. You did review it. Gotcha. Purple Bling. Could have been a Prince song. I bet. Yes. Instead of she wore her raspberry beret, she used her raspberry, tarot cards, boom, boom, boom. So, Memory of Wings. I came upon her late in the day at the edge of the path alone. The armless maiden, the wingless angel, whatever one would call her, there she was stranded, kneeling at the graveside, eyes turned toward heaven, beseeching or accusing, no way to tell. Hands and arms crumbled to dust, and I am reminded of the fairy tale girl betrayed by her father, given away like chattel. The daughter sacrifices her hands, surrenders them to bloody stumps, rather than be bought, and traded like so much lumber. But this one, this forgotten girl at the edge of the path has lost more than hands. Rising from her back, rusty bones that once held wings. The twisted iron hovers behind her as if it remembers flight. The crumbling remnants reaching toward heaven, beseeching or accusing, no way to tell. I am reminded of another fairy tale girl, not so long ago now, even somewhere going about her days, wingless, grounded by thoughts of too much and not enough, freedom traded for normalcy and for fitting in, for right and proper because it's expected. All of us everywhere, driving in traffic, waiting in line, laying in bed, or standing at the edge of the path, alone in the wood, considering herself in stone. This woman, that woman, haunted every night by the aching in her back and the one in her soul, the ache that contains the memory of wings. Yeah, she writes good poetry. That's beautiful. Whew. So, Raspberry Pi if you're into gaming. Okay, now we're talking about pie. Okay, so everyone just backing up. Everyone's saying hello. Magicy. That's definitely a word. Because I say so, right? But no, we have fun here. So let me just make sure I didn't miss anything. Do, 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 do. And the Amazon. Oh, yes. Like I need more. Um, and thank you, Jax, for putting in Magus's link as well. And we have Selena's. You know, Jax, she's the mod extraordinaire. Oh, maybe we have to get together too, Selena, and talk about the deck like we did oh, the Darkwood. It's been a long day. I went on a beautiful walk today. We have like was it about 55, 60 degrees here today, and the sun was out, and I went for a nice long blissful walk. It was absolutely beautiful. So I'm still coming down from being outside and getting all that fresh air and whatnot. um, excuse me. All righty. Ooh, maybe that's something I should start doing. Finding fellow readers who have the same deck and joining me for a chat. Kind of like, Gerald's Decktational, but just kind of talking about the deck and seeing what we love. Just making it our thing. No, I did not say taco. No. But somebody must really want tacos. Oh, I made tacos for my husband. Did you put those yummy little garlic filled olives in it, Selena? Oh my God, girl, the look on your face when you bit down that thing. I couldn't stay for your whole show, sweetheart. But I was there to experience that. Oh my goodness. But hey, at least you gave it a shot, right? And that would, yeah, I might start doing that. Or even people, if I don't have the same deck, maybe they can come on, we can talk about decks. And just to, point out here that this is not, this is not, to make anyone feel that FOMO word, not to make anyone feel like they're missing out on anything or to imply they have to buy. But just us getting together and just talking about decks that we love and why we enjoy them, and why they bring us happiness, why they bring us joy. Yeah. See, I like my black olives on pizza, but yeah, with the garlic, girl, ooh, I strong up garlic like that, no. But anywho, so again, it comes with a beautiful little pouch, and all righty. Let's get started. The Fool, absolutely beautiful. And this is really, and I will say that this is a mostly female, but there are male representation in here, and there is diversity in this deck as well. And for those who like to riffle shuffle, I think you would be able to do it, although I can't riffle shuffle. But I don't know if I would want to. I don't know if that affects the edging, if anybody's familiar with that. But I can appreciate that this is not a super thick cardstock, because some decks that I've gotten recently are a little thick and sticks, and I constantly have to keep doing that to be able to shuffle them. But yeah, so absolutely beautiful. Look at her. That's the Fool. There's the Magician. And oh, everybody knows the High Priestess is my card. Check her out. Is she not stunning? And look at the black feathers. To me, this just yells Namarigna or the Morrigan. So everyone knows I'm working with her, with the collective, and just absolutely beautiful. Oh, I just love her. The Empress. And for me now, the Emperor is going to be a difficult card because people know that the last place I was at, there was a gentleman from Jamaica who made our lives hell while we lived there for everybody in the building. And this card resembles certain facial features of him. So either I'm going to have to learn how to work with his image here in the deck, or I may, that's a question I can pose for oops, here, let me shut my phone off. That's something I'm interested in asking those of you in chat that read. How do you feel about removing a card from a deck if it infects you on a negative? I know some people might say, well, then just don't buy the deck, but I'm not going to just not buy the deck, for one card. So I'm interested in is if somebody, like me might see this and go, oh my goodness, it's a triggering image. I'm going to take this out and see if I can maybe, another card can maybe take its place. So I'm just curious to see what other people's opinions are on that, because opinions are welcome here. That's how we learn and we share. Now the Hierophant, I love. Beautiful deck, you need it. And hi Heather, I love this deck. Such a Game of Thrones, Outlander, Fey Warrior vibe. Yeah, there's some really, really nice images in here. There's the Hierophant, and it's a she. Very cool. And let's see. I would first remove the card and do some work with it. Sage it, candle magic, set the card out, and journal with it. Well, you want me to journal with the card that I don't like, Beth? Is that what I think you're saying? Or just journaling with how the deck works without that? Because with the Emperor, that could also be represented to me with one of the kings. For me, the Emperor is very similar to like the King of Swords or the King of Wands, where they rule, from a place of integrity, of maturity, of fairness. So I was kind of thinking maybe taking that out and laying one of those up and asking my spirit guides and my deck know as I'm talking to it to allow that energy for that reading to be represented by one of those cards. Jack says, your deck, your rules. Who's gatekeeping? You got it. Yes. And say, oh, Heather, meditate on it. I feel your guides might have a message for you with that card. Oh, we'll see. Because if y'all experience this guy, not, the card, the guy in front of the card, but experience this guy in my building, and you remember his face features and you see this, it just, oh. So yeah, that's very interesting. Thank you, everybody, for sharing your insight. I would journal with the card. Yeah. Mwah. Right back at you, girl. So next up is the Lovers. Not beautiful. Do we expect anything less from Jena? I mean, there were a couple other cards in here. I was like, Jena, you could have just a little bit, but I'm not going to not get a deck for one or two cards. And look at that one, the Chariot. Isn't that something? My mom was here. She'd be like, but the trunk should be up. But it is at the bottom. But yeah, the Chariot. Beautiful. We got Strength. The Hermit. The book by Angi Sullins is amazing. Have you read her poem at the beginning of the book? Of this new deck? No, I haven't, Beth. I'm doing a Sacred Feminine with Nancy, and Ginger Faye is joining us tomorrow as well. And so I'll look at that poem and see maybe I can bring that to the Sacred Feminine tomorrow. We have the Wheel. And I love a good compass. That's very cool. It feels very compass-like to me. Beautifully done. The Justice card. I'm not sure about how I feel with the red ribbon hanging all the way down. To me, it throws off the composition a little bit. But yeah, still a beautiful card. The hanged one is beautiful. I love that. Look at her. Ballet slipper on one foot. She beautiful. Now the death card, I mean, there's no representation of death. You don't see the skull, you don't see the bones, and this might be, because they don't want to scare people with maybe scary images. But really, really, to me personally, it's kind of hard to not have a death card and not have some form of our of our mortality being represented. You know, because we are going to be those bones one of these days. We are going to return to the earth. And so to kind of hide that and try to I mean, I'm getting like a Lady Godiva almost feel out of this. So, yeah, it would have been nice to see more of a proper death representation, in my opinion. Um, Okay, Beth, thank you. Let's see. But isn't the red ribbon what connects all of us? Yes. At least that's how you interpret it. And for me too, it represents like the color of blood, you know. Um, yeah, because blood, red, our life force. Um, yeah. And that's why I love too how certain tarot decks we can also use them as a oracle. When we apply our intuition, and if the image isn't exactly traditional, we get another resource out of that. Another layer of being able to read and more messages that we can interpret. Whoops, there we go. With the Emperor deck, with the Emperor, maybe it could be healing, maybe reframe it, see to it. Okay, maybe reframe it, see him as a small child hurt by possibly abused. Oh, Magus, you're something else. You see through everything. You find the good and the light in everything, my friend. You've got such a beautiful soul. Pray for his healing. Yeah, because what a horrible the things that would come out of his mouth and what he would do. Thought the same. Aw. All righty, on to temperance. The devil. She made the woman the devil. The tower. I like the tower. Pretty cool. I like that. My favorite tower is from the Fyodor Pavlov deck. Now that's a kick-ass tower. I think that's always going to be my favorite. The star. Oh, look at all the purples. So there's the purples and the hot pinks. So now it's time for Miss Tarot D to pop in the chat, right? Maybe we can conjure her today. But there's the star. And I love how one of the jugs there is broken. It's broken, but it's still spilling forth water into the water that she's spilling into or pouring into. I love that. Oh, and the front cover is the moon card. So this is the Selena card. The essence of the moon. Isn't that beautiful? I know my camera probably doesn't do the artwork much justice. Oh, and the sun, no creepy baby, but a beautiful. Oh my goodness. I am in love so far with this deck. Even though I may not like it's beautiful. Judgment, which is very interesting how she's doing that. But yes, because I'm not the biggest fan of all the coffins opening up and people standing out and going, I like the different approach. It's more like the ethereal spirit aspect, our ether. Um, yeah. That time to sit and contemplate with the deck. And here we have the World card, and look at that belly. Woo! She is a bountiful woman, this world. That is gorgeous. To me, it's just like wait a minute, is that an eye? So there is, that's I think, oh no, it looks like an eye to me. It's the belly button, but it looks like an eye to me. Very beautiful. Oh, here we go. Ace of Wands. Let's see. This is a really, really beautiful deck. I think you can read each card immediately, but there's also so much to analyze. Yes, and that's where you can get the layers of readings, Beth. Two of Wands. Three of Wands. It's interesting. On a lot of cards, there's multiple colors, and this one here, she chose just blue. Isn't that beautiful, though? The Four of Wands. Hey, Magus, it almost looks like your house, your little castle, beautiful castle that you live in. So we're all going to Magus's house for celebrating. We're going to have a feast, right? What time's dinner, Magus? Or even if it's just tea or cocoa. What time is for cocoa? We can have cocoa hour with Magus. So next up is the Five of Wands. And I love how she's just like, to me, like pulling her hair out. It's just like, oh my God. So yeah. Five of Wands. Also makes me remember Kerplunk when we were younger. You would have to put the toothpicks into the cylinder, and we had to carefully pull them out and not drop the ball. Or whatever. I can't remember if it was a ball or something, but we would play Kerplunk. So that just made me think of Kerplunk. Leave it to Heather, right? Six of Wands. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, another one that's very Marigna. Morgan, the Seven of Wands. Look at those wings. Oh, how beautiful. I'm very much enjoying working with her. Was it Beth or Moira? Weren't you one of you also working with the Morgan? It's always Coco time. There you go. Eight of Wands. And I like how some of the wands are done differently. I like the creative differences in them. Very nice. Wait a minute, what was this? A little bit of a fallen angel vibe on that one, the goth angel. Yeah. And kind of same archway of Six of Wands and Empress, like the portal into another dimension in the forest. Yep. Entering the Fae world. And yeah, Magus, we got cocoa too. I'm going to have some cocoa now tonight. Most definitely. And up next, the Nine of Wands. 10 of Wands. Wow. I see this and I also think of my guides, my guardian angels that are helping me carry my burdens, letting people know you don't have to carry all the burdens yourself. Give us some. Love that card. I'm having nettle tea. I have to try. When I hear the word nettle, I think of like it might be like really sharp tasting or bitter. but I'm assuming you're going so yum. Maybe it has a nice little sweet taste to it. Up next is the Page of Wands. Oh, wow. This Knight of Wands. No, this is flipping cool. I mean, I did see the flip through, but I'm just reacquainting myself because out of 78 cards, you tend to, forget a few of them. So, like a fish in the fishbowl, surprised by the little plastic castle every time he comes around. That's also a reference to an Ani DeFranco song. That is so cool. The Queen of Wands. Wait a minute, Queen of Wands. Wait a minute, where's my black kitty in there? Oh, she left out my black kitty. As I'm saying that, I can hear my neighbor's black kitty upstairs meowing. Ooh, that's kind of freaky. But in this one here, she gives her deer antlers. Still very cool. The King of Wands. And there is also different ages in this deck too. I think it's in the swords. I think we get some of the crone energy for both the men and the women. Ace of Swords. The Two of Swords. Now for me, this is where the Three of Swords disappoints me, because you have all this beautiful, elaborate artwork for all the other cards pretty much. And then the Three of Swords, for me, it just feels a little simple, a little bland compared to the other ones. But perhaps that was her, her desired goal. You can't make something like this pretty. That could possibly be it too. Heather, all the knights simply have a helmet. Some people don't like that, but I do too, because that helmet can be worn by anyone, a male or female. So they let that person choose. The Four of Swords. The Five of Swords. Wow. She's pretty cool. And she's got the same color hair as I do. Even better. Six of Swords. And another Six of Swords that I like, when the sword represents the individual themselves pushing themselves across to the other side, to something better. Them taking up the oar or the paddle, whatever it is, and them using their mental grit to be able to push forward and ahead to something better. I love that. Four of Swords is your all-time. I remember that video, Magus. Yes. That is a really nice Four of Swords, too. I mean, 1 minute, it looks like she's almost levitating, but when you look closer, of course, she's laying on the coffin. But yeah, it also has that feeling of levitating. But I love it how her hand is right by that sword if she needs to grab it really quick. So you don't mess with her. Seven of Swords. She to be trusted, or she just being strategic. Ooh. Now, this just reminded me, and Heather's going to go into music again. Early on, Lady Gaga, when her second album, I think it was her second or third, no, I think it was her third album. I can't remember the name of the song, but it was like a movie where she went out and she had a bikini of, she had the long white hair. She had, I don't know if she had wings too or not, but she had like the grass flower floral bikini. The minute I picked this up, I thought of her in that video. Just where Heather's mind went. But is that like not the 70s hairdo? Almost like a feathering back. But yeah, Eight of Swords. That's one of my favorite Seven of Swords. Let's see. She is not sneaking. She's looking right at you saying, I deserve this and I'm taking it. Beth, I like that. See, this is why I like doing my flip throughs live with people because they share their insights, what cards they enjoy, and this is how we learn. We learn from each other. And we get the Nine of Swords. Oh, what a beautiful bed. Love the card. I love the color she chose for that. The purple and the red. Oh, just beautiful. Her color palettes in these decks are amazing. Ten of Swords. Wow. It's interesting she didn't have the swords piercing her. But it's like she's like her will, her spirit is holding them up out of her. She's giving that last bit of energy, last bit of, you know, just get that last bit of fight in her. And then, of course, that ends the cycle, right? Ten of Swords. It's time to, move on from those swords. Move them away. Love that. Well said. Page of Swords. Interesting. I say interesting a lot. Interesting, beautiful. This is how I have ideas of design and composition from my art background. Sometimes I see things, I'm just like, but it looks a little, because Heather, when it comes to asymmetrical, I'm more of a symmetrical girl, but still, yeah, it's kind of hard to see, but her face is pretty cool. It's that very hard on, like she's deep in thought. Love Eight of Cups. Can't wait to see it. Ooh, so you're both are excited. All righty. Well, Beth, you know what it looks like. Knight of Swords. Yeah, I like these knight cards. I think they're phenomenal. I mean, I miss the horse, but yeah, that's interesting. One side of the helmet is a wing and the other one's a horn. As always, interesting. Ah, look at this Queen of Swords. She means business. You don't mess with her. Excuse me. But I love the colors. Oh, that beautiful blue. Cerulean blue almost. Oh, even that fabulous swords. The lines on her face. Yeah, some days that's how I feel when I wake up or halfway through the day. King of Swords. Yeah. They none look too happy. Sometimes as we get older, us couples, just joking. But yeah. She's definitely got resting queen face. Yeah. Well, that's a way of saying it now. Ace of Cups. Take a drink out of that. Two of Cups. Now, I love this Three of Cups. I think this has got to be one of my favorite Three of Cups of all my decks. Instead of three figures, we got one person juggling three cups. And I love how she's balancing it on her foot. I think this is just adorable. I love it. It's so playful. And that hair and the whole outfit, everything's fabulous. I remember my Run Fair days. I did them a few times. My costume wasn't as such, but oh, takes me back. Love that. Four of Cups. And Selena, there's your owl. I bet you this is one of your favorite cards in the deck. That beautiful. And her dress. Oh, gorgeous. Five of Cups. It feels like she's at a party in that Four of Wands. You mean the Three of Cups? She's like, hey, I have an extra drink. Look what I can do. Six of Cups. Nostalgia. I don't get the feeling. I'm so used to seeing like another person or a child, like an inner child in with the image. So that'll take a little used to getting to, but that is beautiful. And that could be, nostalgic for me because my mom, she was amazing with flowers and plants. So, but we have Six of Cups. Now, seven is a little, but there we go. Oh, Magus, wait till you see the Eight of Cups. It's beautiful. Oh my. I love the indigo colors. I think you're going to like this. He's like, shush, just show me, just show me. And there you go. There's the Eight of Cups. Wow. Contemplating what was there, what's been had, now ready to move. That beautiful temple and that full moon. So good. Yep. Oh, yeah, it's beautiful. Okay. Now the Nine of Cups. Well, that's interesting. My favorite today's show is brought to you by the word interesting. But the Nine of Cups, and she's balancing hers, like Three of Cups, balancing one on the foot. This one here, balancing on the head. I don't know how I feel about that, but it's playful. It's a fun little take on composition. But yeah, very cool. The ten of Cups. Okay, she's got a bird nest on her head. But she's got other cards and decks. Her artwork. She does things like this. So this is tame compared to some of her other decks. But yeah, there is the Ten of Cups and the bird nest. Beth, what do you make of the bird nest? How does that read to you? Seeing that you've had this deck. Selena, if you can, what's your take? How do you feel about the bird nest on her head? The Ten of Cups. I know it's about family and joy and celebration and emotional happiness. So maybe the eggs refer to, it was put there by a family of robins and they're going to have baby. It's interesting. Again, today's show brought to you by the word interesting. Unique spin and perspective. There we go. Interesting perspective. A nest is the foundation of a family. There you go. I like that too. Wow, a lot of these clothes, these gowns. Oh my goodness. Page of Cups. I like that. Makes me think of spring with the blossoms. Now here's a horse in this one, sort of. Knight of Cups. Now this one makes me think of Lord of the Rings, Rohan. The Riders of Rohan. What do y'all think? I wonder if that's why she did that. But to me, that feels very much like, the helmets, Rohan roar, them being the horse. Very cool. Very, very cool. Oh, the Queen of Cups. I don't know. I see a little bit of a young Michelle Obama in her face. What do y'all think? Mm-hmm. I'll have some of that. Look at the beautiful blues. Not just the blues in my shirt. I love that. The King of Cups. Louis Gossett Jr. made me think a little bit of I was gonna say Morgan Freeman, but no. Oh, who was the one that was in the movie with those movies with Lethal Weapon with Mel Gibson? Danny Glover. Maybe a little bit of a Danny Glover in there too. Did you know? Wait, let's put this up here. Did you know the writers of Rohan were all women with beards? In the movie? So I know there were some that were men. You can easily tell they were men. But in the movie, the extras, wow. Did not know that, Jax. Ace of Pentacles. Different. I'll say different. I don't know if I would have put in an eye. I think I would have preferred the pentacle in there. Although Ace of Pentacles, eye opening, open your eyes, keep your eyes open for new opportunities coming your way. Danny Glover, not related to Donald Glover, but Donald Glover's famous. Confusing me now. Danny Glover, not related to Donald Glover, but Donald Glover's dad's name is actually Dan. Oh my God. Woo! Okay. Two of Pentacles. It's like she's handling that very well. She's going with the flow. Three of Pentacles. Surprised there's not a figure in this one. See, this is usually one of my favorite cards because it shows an artisan at work on a painting or on architecture or something. Okay. Four of Pentacles. The reds are really rich in this. I mean, all the colors are rich and vibrant in this deck. The extras, all the best horse riders there are women. No offense, Magus, we love you. But that's pretty badass. Another blue dabba dee dabba doo. Five of Pentacles. I like that one. Heather, what do you think of those little fairy lights inside of that Four of Pentacles? I didn't realize they were fairies. See, now for me, the Four of Pentacles, I know a lot of people, traditionally is associated with being selfish and hoarding. But for me, it's all about keeping things protected as well. Keeping things to yourself, keeping like with here, it feels like keeping your guides close, keeping your spirits to yourself. To me, it feels like it's like a practice of boundaries, and that now the Fyodor Pavlov has him hiding behind her back, which gives me a total different feeling. But with this one here, it's just like, she's holding it, she's protecting it, she's nurturing it. Wow, Beth, I'm going to have to really sit with these, but yeah. And then the other ones have that beautiful glint to them. Also coming to mind, all that glitters is not gold. So depending if you do reversals or if you see, a card next to it that would make it. They're little lights. Well, to me, I see fairies almost. I see, well, actually, fairies, or you know what they also remind me of? Maybe like little jellyfish. So I see like a little round circle with the lawn flowies. the tendrils? Or are you talking about the little gold sparkles? There's so much to look at in these cards. And of course, you got that beautiful crystal down there as well. Alrighty, 6 of Pentacles. Oh, the teals. 7 of Pentacles. See, I'm absolutely loving my new decks. To me now, it's more than, oh no, I have to get it because it's popular. I need to see what this, for me now, it's really about how the cards speak to me. 8 of Pentacles. I love this because at any age, you can still learn your craft. You can still hone your skills. Going back to school, like moi. I love how this shows that at any age, you're never too old to keep honing your skills and working on new projects and being focused on, expanding your horizon, your knowledge. Again, your expertise, your skills, your knowledge, I love that. Yeah, pick up them hammers. That's very cool. Yeah. 9 of Pentacles. Now, is there a snail in here? Because I know Jonathan likes a snail. Oh, Jonathan, there's no snail in here. Jonathan Daly. I think his favorite card is the 9 of Pentacles, and he's always sad when they leave the snail out of it. But she's beautiful. I love the butterfly, the swallowtail wings. Alrighty, 10 of Pentacles. Oh, there's a wolf. Love that. And there's a song that just came to my mind by First Aid Kit. They're actually a Norwegian or Swiss sister duo who sings Americana music. You wouldn't know. It sounds like they're singing the Southern, Americana music, and they're from Switzerland. And they have a song called Wolf Mother. I recommend hearing that song. It's beautiful. It's very haunting too. I like a dog on the Fool, a cat on the Queen of Wands, and a snail on the Knight of Pence. But this deck does not oblige. See, now I have a Fool card that's got the black kitty, the Theodore. I absolutely love that. She's like a harlequin. She's got short, black, sassy hair. She's got a black kitty with her. I just love the whole image. Page of Pentacles. But I do like when they include a wolf, on a Fool card. So there's the page. The Knight. Ooh, I like that. Oh, I even love the Queen of Pentacles even more. Oh, wow, look at her. What a beautiful woman. Oh, look at that. And the last card is King of Pentacles. Wow. And that is the deck. Wow, wow, wow. So you're going to get it, huh, Magus? You can put a little thing on it that says Heather made me do it. And with the deck, again, color. It's glossy. Sometimes I wish I can buy an extra book just alone so that I can, cut the images and make collages and put them in my journals and things. So beautiful. But wow. Yeah. So before I go, I am going to shuffle this. And if anybody would like to have a reading from my brand new deck, and this is also going to pair beautifully. I have an oracle deck that I was talking to Jax today, and I was sitting here at my table and I looked over. I have this deck called Unshakable Unshakable Inner Peace Oracle. And come looking at it right now, it's got golds and purples. I mean, this is going to be a perfect companion. And the card that I picked, because we're talking about things that we're going through, and I think this is a beautiful card for all of us, especially everything that's going on in this freaking country right now. For those of us who can't be out there on the front lines and doing what we can at home, it says here, leader of the light, where you are being called to serve and support others. And sometimes all we can do is do that from our home, helping our communities or speaking or talking here on YouTube. But like Jackson and I were saying, after things go down this year and people need to start healing, and like you're telling me about that card, people who were, taken advantage of, people who are going to end up seeing the light, are going to come to understand, and those who are going to need help healing, they're going to need the healers. So sometimes not all of us need to be warriors on the front lines, but healers are just as important too. And I think you would really resonate with this card, Magus. So I know you love to help heal people and bring light to them. So if anybody would like, I'm going to do a Unshakable Inner Peace card for you and a tarot from my new deck. I think they go perfectly together. So I'm going to sit here for a little bit, get this shuffled. And if not, nobody wants one, then I will just go ahead and pull one for the collective. These shuffle nicely. They don't stick. They don't slip around too much. I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. Okay, girl. Beth, I have to go, but this has been fun. Thank you, Beth, for hanging out and sharing. Check out that poem. Oh, I definitely will. Bye, Beth. Thank you. So, alrighty. I'm going to give these a couple more. I know I keep doing them. I have a piece of hair that keeps tickling me in the ear. So, I might have to do that a little bit. My hands and wrists are a little sore today from doing some readings for myself earlier with that one new deck I have where it kind of sticks. And I'm like, I got to get that deck broken in. Okay, so for Jax, the caboose. Okay. Alrighty, so let's see what we get for your Unshakable Inner Peace lint roller. No, the hair is still attached to my ear. Oh, you're going to like this. So for your Unshakable Inner Peace, Jax, you got gratitude is the life force of peace. What are you thankful for? And your tarot card is, so the top energy right now is the Four of Pentacles. So again, this is time it's not a time for, this is not a card representing selfishness now or hoarding. This is time when you need to regroup yourself. Your pentacles, getting your finances in order or saving finances. This is about creating a sense of security and safety and stability for you, especially with the health. So this card here feels very much with health. And you too, I'm not a doctor. Seek professional assistance. This is for entertainment purposes only. But, pentacles represent health. And so this is a time to, yes, be selfish, hoard all that in, sit and get yourself in your home and everything situated, safe, secure, and focusing on your health. And that middle pentacle right there with all those glowing lights, think of it as also healing light, calling on, your aunts. I just heard calling on your ancestors, your dad, people in your spirit team, to help you through, and lend that healing energy. But also too, Jax, where she's holding that pentacle, it's right around by her solar plexus, and that's our place of personal power. So also watching that you don't spend or exude, I don't want to say exude, but siphon off your your personal power to others. Retain that for yourself. That's that protective bubble, that protective energy that you hold within yourself, so that you have that sense of financial security and stability. Because your middle card, sweetheart, was kind of your significator right now, is the Five of Pentacles. And I know from us, talking today too, right now there's a lot going on again too with health, finances, feeling, sometimes isolated. So this is, we don't want to isolate ourselves too much. Things might be rough right now, but with your positive mindset, you already know what needs to be done, with the Four of Pentacles and your underlying card, honey, your energy, you're always very upbeat. Nine of Cups, you don't let this shit get you down. You are still welcoming people when they come over. You're always emotionally available for the right people. You celebrate, everybody's highs, lows, but you're always welcome. And I love how I can see you trying to balance a cup on your head. But again, too, just, no matter what is hitting the fan or what's going on with you, you always maintain that beautiful posture of balance and happiness and harmony and emotions. But making sure, though, too, as a reminder, that you take care of yourself and hoard all you need to. Be selfish as much as you need to. In this situation, you need to be first. Hey, who the Fae let her in? My goodness. Girl. Everybody, Ginger Fae. Ginger is going to be with Nancy and I tomorrow on the Sacred Feminine, and we're going to be talking about our ancestors and doing ancestral readings. So be there, and these colors are gorgeous. Pimpin' easy. And hey, Irene, yeah, I did a deck flip through of my When Women Had Wings. I was aiming for the Starman. That caught my eye again, and when I looked at them, my soul just sang with When Women Had Wings. And so yeah, popping to say, what the Fae? And you have a day off tomorrow. Yay! What you're gonna do, girl? Let's see. And hello, Irene. Hello. Doing readings with my new deck. Of course, Irene. Ginger, you want one? You got time for one? Let me know. So, yep. So, Jax, again, what are you thankful for? And I know you already know the answer to that. So, I love how these two decks, go together. I really, really do. I love when they pair beautifully. All righty. So, Irene. And for those still lurking, thank you. And again, like, share, subscribe, all that YouTubey goodness. And comment, even if it's a few emojis. I'm getting new peeps into my chat. Woo, Irene. Let's go. Good night, Magus. Mwah. Love, love, love you. And when I have my cocoa later tonight, I'll be thinking of you. I'll toast you. I'll be to Magus. You've been listening and putzing around doing kitchen cleanup. Okay, Irene. Come on, Irene. Irene, wasn't that insane though? One of my new read chatters, her name was Johanna. I thought I was going to do a brick during that live last night. I could not believe, because I don't see the name Johanna too often pop up. So that was quite interesting. I think it was kind of a message too, I think, for you. All righty, what do we have here? So from your unshakable inner peace, you have, there is strength in doing nothing. So wait. And then there's prompts that they put on here. What have you been forcing? And how can you let go of the outcome? Similar messages again. But I know you are a Buddhist, and look who's on the card. You got a double Buddha, or is that one considered a Hotai? I know Buddha is also referred to as Hotai, at least at the store that I worked at. We had the regular big Buddha belly, statues, and then the Hotai. So, Irene, that is your unshakable inner peace. Your top card is the Fool. And I think you got this the other night too, or last night when I used my other deck. The Fool card, not being afraid to take risks. You're that free spirit. There's still a lot of potential, and keeping your eyes, on the horizon and taking that leap of faith, or having that faith. Things are going to work out. Your middle card, basically your significator, is the Page of Pentacles. So taking the time, and look, Iron Horse. So you got your horse in there too, my dear. So Page of Pentacles, taking time to really look closely at finance, your safety, your security, your health, any new ideas or projects. It's basically just looking at your environment and kind of study as things come to you, as life, I'm trying to find, as life happens. This is kind of like that student where you're analyzing, looking at things from different angles, being very studious, and not being afraid, again, like the Fool, to take a calculated risk. When you study everything, you look at everything from different angles, we get different perspectives, we get knowledge. So maybe at this time right now, taking a look at life, current situation, looking at it from all different, points of view, and just getting really grounded with that, getting grounded with yourself, and your health. So again, entertainment purposes only with the health thing. Your underlying energy is the Two of Pentacles. So yes, you are doing a balancing act right now. And that's why the study of the page, that's what's helping you. You're being able to balance what you're going through right now, juggling life, finances. There's just still so much on the horizon that's coming in. I mean, that ship, it's coming towards you. And right now, the balancing act, and taking the time to study. It's like you studied, you look at a couple of those and you decide to toss them up and you're juggling with them. So it's like you already looked, studied, and now you're balancing with them. So, or it could be that it's time to take one of those that you have been balancing. Oops, I just hit my mouse pad. Sorry about that. Oh, StreamYard already. I'm juggling and dropping the balls. Well, now don't put that out there. So right now, it's just taking your time, moving along. There, I can start again the song. You'll think about me, baby, when I'm gone. So anyway, the Page of Pentacles. The music's got to come in. I'm trying to remember who did that song. Was it Boston? I'll be taking my moving along. Do 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 do. Huh? I think it's Boston, or it could be Triumph. But anyway, I digress. But if you think of the word triumph, you know you're going to overcome this. The one thing about balls, Irene, they bounce back up. So if you bounce them, just make sure get hit in the face like dodgeball, boink. So, but yeah, Irene, there's strength in doing nothing. So right now, strength in doing nothing. That Page of Pentacles, taking time to meditate, to look things over, look at things from different points of view, perspective. Right now, this beautiful Two of Pentacles, it shows that she's doing that with grace. She's going with the flow, with life. But just know that there's still a lot of potential out there. It is Boston. Thank you. Gotta love. I can't believe my music and stuff is now classic rock. It's just mind-boggling. So, Ginger. I'll be taking my time, just moving along. You'll forget about me, baby, when I'm gone. Something out of your front door. Okay. Woo. More wings. Today is all about, wings. Go figure with you, Ginger, your fae. So there's going to be wings. Maybe you need to let those balls and balance on what's most important. For Ginger. Well, it seems like there's a common theme coming out tonight. Okay. So, unshakable inner peace, Ginger. Oneness is on the way. How can you show more compassion and acceptance towards those you don't understand? I learned to play that song on my electric guitar. Yeah, for people who didn't know, the girl's a rock chick. She plays guitar. She's like Gypsy JJ. She's a rock star. Just saying. I only learned Smoke on the Water. Yep, there's a couple songs. There's like, it's a running joke, but there are like 2 songs that, or 3 that are not allowed. Some people are like, no. When you go into a guitar store, first one, Stairway to Heaven, Smoke on the Water, and then that other one, I think it's Aqualung or something, one of the songs by Jethro Tull that we learned recently. But yeah. So that is your card, my dear. Oneness is the way. Even if they're people that are not very helpful, Ginger, in your life, trying to find some compassion so that it lifts you up and doesn't bring you down to their level. Kind of being one with yourself, your higher self, the love that's within you. And again, all that light shining through the solar plexus, and she's wearing yellow too. So taking that personal power and not letting anybody feed off of it, but just sharing safely within. So I know you like to put that bubble, that protective bubble on you, like you say when you go out of the house. But we can put those energy bubbles around us to protect us, but also be able to send people in the world or in our personal lives, some compassion, like Magnus was saying with that card. Trying to find a sense of compassion. It's not easy, especially after what I saw in the news today. And I don't watch the news. So we got that for you, Ginger. So your top card, what's, tangible right now, is also the Page of Pentacles. So again, looking at and studying, your finances, your home for you and the boys, still creating that sense of security and stability for your future. Thank goodness, yay. Nancy told me that your engine was taken care of. So that's a good positive from the universe. So now maybe kind of taking a step and looking at how can you creatively um, um, look at ways of maybe more income or taking better care of ways of managing things so that you have time for more for your channel, what you love to do, while still being able to provide and have enough for you and the boys and taking care of the home. I'll go right to your underlying energy, because yeah, 10 of Wands, dear, you have been under a lot of stress, a lot of pressure, a lot of burdens on you. But when I was first going through this deck, it made me think of calling on our spirit guides, our angels, to help us carry with the burden. Ask them to take some of it, to help us, carry us through it. So, and it's a 10. So this is very, very positive that this energy is going to be shifting for you. And the middle card, Ginger, I just want to cry because I know the stuff that you shared with me privately, but you got the 4 of Wands, sweetheart. So moving forward, this energy, that 4 of Wands, you provide that home that makes the boys happy, that make you happy. It feels like there's a celebrate, and I can get the celebration with having that engine taken care of, because I know that was going to be very expensive if you had to do it. So to me, that 10 of Wands, that was a burden that was lifted, at least with that. And now you're able again to focus on your pentacles, your finances and everything, and looking towards having that celebration of home and joy and happiness, that you work so hard to create for yourself, but for your boys. So that's what I have for you, Ginger. When I get knocked down, I get up again. Ain't never going to keep me down. Got it. So Chamber Wamba. Chubba Wamba. Yes. I get no doubt, but I get that's right. Oh, Danny boy. Danny boy. Oh my goodness, that's going back some time. So, alrighty, I think that was the last reading that I had. I read for Irene, Jax, and Ginger, and I don't think there was any other requests. So yeah, I always love sharing the new decks. I'm listening while you're cooking. Gotta be like one of those clowns that bounce back when you hit them. Oh yeah, remember those? It's one of those boom and they bent. I had one of those. I think mine was a Ronald McDonald though. Ginger says, "Hi, beautiful Selena." Yeah, 1 year channel anniversary. Wow, it just feels like you've been around longer than that, Selena. I think my first show that you ever joined me for was it Sisters of the Moon, or was it a Friday? I can't remember. But when you first hit YouTube, we did 2 shows together. And I know one was called Sisters of the Moon. We were reading on the full moon energy. But there was another one too. I can't remember. Like I said, it's just, I can't believe how long it's been. So yeah. Well, everybody, um, see, there's no more requests for readings. I'm going to end the show here then. Tomorrow again, I'll be back with Nancy's going to be joining me. Full moon energy. Yep. Sisters of the Moon. So Nancy will be back for this show, and since Ginger has off from work tomorrow because of Martin Luther King Day, she's going to be joining Nancy and I for ancestral readings and talking about our ancestors. So looking forward to that. And yep, today is the new moon. It went full. It went new moon at 11:52 my time, and which makes it, I think, 2:52 everybody else's. So, but yeah, tap into that energy of that new moon. And I don't know, I think one of the most overused word last year was manifest, because people say manifest. For me, it's just like, ah, it's like those words that sometimes get overused. I mean, they're a positive word, but then it becomes so mainstream that sometimes it loses the power, or the initial, energy that was behind it. But with the full moon, it's time to, because when people, for me, I know when people say, "Oh, you can manifest anything," it's just sometimes it's like, even if it's the smallest little thing. What I thought of today was, for some people, manifesting being able to get out of bed and take a shower, that's manifesting. Getting out of the house to walk to get your mail, that's an act of manifestation. So, manifest, it's just create. What can you create today? What do you want to create in your life? Because sometimes that manifestation takes a while. It's the journey, you know. Not this. It's like they talk about the journey and not the destination. So, yeah, that's very, very interesting. Yep, Nancy's feeling up to it. So she'll be joining me for tomorrow. And then whenever else she feels like being able to join. Nancy and I were doing the show together for like 2 years straight. So yeah, I understood that she needed to get away for a bit. I don't blame her. But yeah, it'll be nice to have Nancy back, and then we'll have Ginger too. So it's going to be tomorrow, a 3 of Cups. It's going to be a party. So how different between that 1 3 of Cups with the girl balancing the third cup in this. I love both of them. Is this not a gorgeous, gorgeous 3 of Cups? I love this. Create Fest. Yeah. Create Fest. I always love playing with words. So, yeah, isn't that gorgeous? It's yeah. Anything art history I'm starting to get into. I have the mannerism deck. I have the one that's the Baroque style um, deck by Lamucci. See, now that's a death card. You see, there's a form of a skeleton. It shows our immortality. Death does not mean we get to keep all of our luscious, youthful fleshiness. We become bones and become dust and all that good stuff. So, what? So, Ginger, this is from. It's an Etsy deck. It's by her. Her name is. Because I even got a nice little pouch from her for it. It's Luca. My name is Luca, but instead of a K, it's a C. Luca Dex. I'll send you the link. I got it on sale during the holidays. It is a bit of a spendy deck, but if you want, I'll be backstage early. I'm always backstage at like half an hour before a show. Or if you want to see certain cards out of the deck, let me know. I mean, it's a beautiful deck, isn't it? It took a couple months to get here. She's a small business owner in Turkey, And she also sent me a little evil eye bead if I want to put that on, on a bracelet or something. She got me a nice pouch that with her company name on it, Luca Dex. Oh, there it is. Nice. Look at that. Nice canvas pouch. And so, yeah, she was very helpful. She felt bad because I was kind of getting frustrated. Where's my deck? Because it just kept sitting. When it went to certain place, it would like sit there for like 2 or 3 weeks. I'm like, when is it getting here? But yeah. Actually, I liked the death card. The horse, the nudity sitting on a horse, standing on a big rock. I believe we're on the other side long before the bones show up. Irene, see? That's why I like doing these deck shares alive, because we get to have other people's perception and perspectives. You know what, Irene? Let me see what she said about the death card in here. Oh, look, my God, I opened right up to it. Oh, my goodness. So let's see if she says anything that acknowledges that. Transformation, the end of one thing and the beginning of another, initiation, a natural evolution. Oh, can indicate the death of a relationship, situation, cycle. Think of the life cycle of the butterfly, not until the caterpillar faces the place of dark unbecoming. It can become a winged wonder. It can also, she kind of considers it from a caterpillar to a butterfly, and she does have the wings on her, so another perspective. I may have my eye on it. You know what I also got my eye on, Ginger, is there's a Gustav Klimt base deck on Amazon. And so and also a Botticelli. I'm getting to my art history feels as I'm getting older. And I believe we are in our prime on the other side. I'm telling you, I keep telling my spirit, this is my last journey. I will happily be someone's spirit guide once this earthly plane is over. So, major transformation and transition. Yes. All righty then. And Ginger, these are the backs too. Aren't they pretty? Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Just saying. All righty. Everybody have a good rest of your night. I'm going to go make our steaks. We're having steaks tonight with broccoli. Wait on the Gustav. That one might be in my purgatory box. Okay. I'll find it. It's in my Amazon wish list. I'll go in there. I think it is, and I'll send the link, and then you can let me know if that's it. Meatloaf. I could never get into Meatloaf, even his music. But no. Oh, Meatloaf. Oh my God, I would do anything for love, but I won't do that. And what is that, Selena? Is eat another garlic-filled green olive. I would do anything for love, but I won't do that. But yeah, my dad used to love my mom's meatloaf. Ginger's like, love me some meatloaf. What time is dinner? Wait a minute. I do a turkey one with stuffing in it. Oh, I'm so hungry. See, that's why I gotta now relocate everybody over here on this side of the country so that I can go visit everybody, have dinner, feed me, and email. Yep. All righty. Sounds good. Ooh, possibly a liminal space interview. Ooh, that would be nice. So, all righty. Again, everybody, thank you for hanging out with me, sharing my new deck. And yeah, I just love how those two decks pair with each other. So, all righty, everybody, thank you again. Have a good night. We'll talk to you later. Bye.